Sheila is entitled to the presumption of innocence like every other American. She's entitled to her day in court, and she's entitled to a jury of her peers who are going to follow the facts and be guided by the law. Thank you.
After this week of censures and back and forth over that, Congressman Don Beyer and Don Bacon introduced a proposal to increase the threshold for approving that. Is that something you would support?
Don Beyer is an extraordinary and thoughtful member of Congress. We haven't had the conversation about this issue, but I'm open-minded about what the possibilities are in terms of getting the Congress out of this repeated effort by Republicans to censure members, because these extremists in the House Republican Conference have nothing better to do. That's what this week has proven. They were forced to vote on a bill to compel the Department of Justice to release the Epstein files, and they were reluctantly supportive after House Democrats partnering with a handful of House Republicans triggered an up or down vote through a discharge petition. Other than that vote, what have Republicans done to make life better or meet the needs of the American people in any way, shape, or form throughout this Congress? The answer is nada, nothing. They've done nothing. And so all their members do is cook up these unhinged censure resolutions, literally week after week after week. That's all they do, which is why they're deeply in trouble. Donald Trump's approval rating is like 38, 39% across the board, including from Fox News. And the American people know that Democrats are the party who actually care about addressing the affordability crisis, driving down the high cost of living, fixing our broken health care system, extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits, and actually standing up for working class Americans. Now that is decisively clear to the American people. We've seen that in the electoral results early this month, where Republicans were crushed, shellacked, beaten down all across America, with the common thread being their extremism and our emphasis on affordability. And now we've seen that the American people are ready to throw these House Republicans out of their majority. And it's incredible to me that despite where we are, after all the talk from Republicans that they somehow had earned some big historic mandate, can't find it, search committee has been sent out, no one can find it, it's been destroyed. That you would think Republicans would actually hear the American people in terms of their desire to work on issues that matter. And instead, we continue to see censure resolution after censure resolution after censure resolution, and they can't even succeed in censuring the people they're going after.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Are you at all concerned that the recent allegations against Democrats, such as communicating with sex offender and embezzling FEMA funds, are going to harm the momentum that your party carried out of the elections earlier this month?
We're going to continue to focus on the issues that matter for the American people. Affordability, lower the high cost of living, health care. We've got to fix our broken health care system, and that begins with renewing the Affordable Care Act tax credits, not allowing Republicans to destroy the Affordable Care Act. And we have to clean up corruption, which we are experiencing in real time. And we've got to deal with in the Congress, in the Supreme Court, and certainly with this administration, which is running the largest pay-to-play scheme in the history of the world. Here's the interesting thing about Donald Trump and the Republicans. They've done nothing to make life better for everyday Americans, nothing to fix our broken healthcare system, nothing to lower the high cost of living, but everything in the world possible to enrich themselves, their friends, and their families. That's corruption in real time, and the American people are rejecting it.
Can you talk to me a little bit more about the broader Democratic affordability agenda? You talked about the ACA tax credits. If you had the majority right now, what would you do to lower inflation, which is notoriously difficult to handle?
Well, we need to work in a variety of different areas, and of course, the American people are most concerned about health care, housing, and grocery prices. And so in the next few weeks, and certainly in the early part of next year, we'll talk with a greater degree of specificity about some of the policies that we actually believe need to be implemented. But here's something that we can start with: getting rid of the Trump tariffs, which are costing the average American family thousands of dollars in additional expense per year. Get rid of the Trump tariffs. That's something that can be easily done. They should never have been put in place in the first place. It was an overreach by Donald Trump. It may get struck down by the Supreme Court, but the Congress should have never allowed it to happen, because Donald Trump doesn't have the unilateral authority to impose tariffs, but the Trump tariffs are crushing everyday Americans, and that's where we can actually start right now to make a difference in America, a country that's far too expensive, and ease some of the crushing burden that has been placed by Republican policies on everyday Americans.